Chapter 1096. Because all doctors have clearly warned that STDs must never touch seafood. That will not only aggravate the symptoms, but may also cause erosion. Lucy was shaking with fright. I couldn't help eating so much seafood just now, wouldn't I be out of luck tonight? At this time, Olivia added a sea cucumber and handed it to Lucy's bowl, and said, "Mom, you suffered a while ago. Take more sea cucumbers to supplement it." Lucy saw the sea cucumbers, her whole body was hairy. Immediately afterwards, I felt that kind of itching seemed a bit more serious. She hurriedly returned the sea cucumber to Olivia, panicking and unbearable. At this time, the heat from the 6 small hot pots has turned the box into a bathhouse. Lucy felt sweating all over her body, and her itching was still increasing. She hurriedly stood up and blurted out, "I'm full, and go out to get some breath." "You can continue to eat." Harold said, "Mom, there are so many abalones and oysters." Lucy said irritably, "Oh, I'm full, but I'm not eating anymore." After speaking, Busy got up and went out. Before leaving the stuffy box, Lucy felt a little better. But she also knows that she has just eaten so much seafood, and she hasn't started to work hard for a while. "But when I got hemorrhoids, I didn't eat seafood before. I probably knew that seafood attacks would occur about 3 hours after eating. In this way, I can feel it tonight." She was very depressed. When the sound with her husband was still the same yesterday, she was still thinking that her husband was indeed much worse than the overseer. Thinking about it at the time, she didn't hate the overseer so much. Give yourself a lot of happiness. But I didn't expect that just one day later, things would become like this. If you really get sick, wouldn't it be finished? Lucy, who was so depressed, did not dare to return to that sultry box. She waited. After the rest of the family had finished eating, they walked back with the family. At this time, the seafood seemed to have begun to take effect, and the itching sensation continued to intensify, making her very uncomfortable walking. When returning to the Beacon Top Villa, Lucy was already itchy. The first thing she did when she returned to the villa was to look around to see if there was anything inconspicuous that she could sell. After looking around, she found that there was an imported DeLong coffee machine in the kitchen, which seemed quite high-end. Mrs. Richard never drinks coffee, she always drinks tea, so she will definitely not pay attention to this coffee machine. Even if she sells it stealthily, she will not know. So she went online to check the model of the coffee machine. This investigation did not matter, and found that the coffee machine turned out to be a top imported high-end coffee machine. Regardless of the size of this thing, it was worth more than $70,000. So she learned how her son used it, went to the second-hand website and found that the second-hand machine cost more than $40,000 at least. In order to be able to find the seller earlier and change to the money to go to the doctor earlier, she directly marked a price of $55,000 on the local second-hand website. Afterwards, she resisted the itching and waited for more than 10 minutes with her mobile phone. Someone contacted her and said directly, "I want something. Can I pick it up tomorrow morning?" Lucy hurriedly replied, "No problem, see you at the gate of Beacon Top at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning." At this time, Fury, who is far away in South Haven, is studying how to stop the endless decline in stocks. His assistant stepped forward and said softly, "Mr. Whale, the Richard family's Lucy, just hung up the coffee machine in the villa. Sold on the website." When Fury heard it, he blurted out, "My mother, this family is a special bandit."